Hello everyone and welcome. I am delighted you've chosen to embark on this journey with me. For years I've shared my insights on personal development and life skills, witnessing incredible transformations in people's lives. Today, we're taking on something truly powerful, something that often remains unspoken, the understanding of wealth. This book, Why You Are Not Rich Yet, The Shocking Truth, isn't about quick schemes or magic formulas. It's about dismantling the common misconceptions, ingrained habits, and limiting beliefs that are silently holding you back from building the financial future you deserve. Many of us work hard, even incredibly hard, but find ourselves stuck on a financial treadmill. We see others achieving success, enjoying financial freedom, and secretly, we wonder, why not me? This book answers that question directly, not with empty platitudes, but with actionable insights and real-world examples. It strips away the jargon and complexity often associated with finance, making it accessible and relatable, just like the conversations I have with people every day. Within these pages, you will discover how your mindset plays a critical role in accumulating wealth. You'll learn to identify and challenge beliefs about money that are hindering your progress, but it's more than just identifying problems, it's about providing solutions. We will explore practical strategies for managing your finances, understanding investments, and building multiple streams of income. You'll learn the importance of financial literacy, how to distinguish between assets and liabilities, and how to make smart financial decisions that align with your long-term goals. Why You Are Not Rich Yet provides a clear roadmap for building a solid financial foundation. We'll delve into the power of entrepreneurship, even if you've never considered yourself an entrepreneur. You'll learn to identify opportunities, cultivate a growth mindset, and develop the confidence to pursue your own ventures, whether they're side hustles or full-time businesses. This book is about empowering you to take control of your financial destiny. What makes this book unique is its simplicity and relatability. I've consciously avoided complex financial terms and theories. Instead, I've focused on delivering practical advice that you can implement immediately, regardless of your current financial situation. We'll use real-life stories and examples to illustrate key concepts, showing you how others have overcome similar challenges to achieve financial success. By the end of this book, you will understand the psychological barriers to wealth and how to overcome them, develop a growth mindset and embrace lifelong learning, learn the fundamentals of financial literacy and how to manage your money effectively, identify opportunities for creating multiple streams of income, discover the power of investing and how to build a diversified portfolio, cultivate an entrepreneurial spirit and pursue your own ventures. Gain the confidence to take control of your financial future. Why You Are Not Rich Yet is more than just a book. It's a guide, a mentor, and a catalyst for change. It's about unlocking your potential and building a life of financial freedom and fulfillment. Are you ready to uncover the shocking truth and start your journey to wealth? Let's begin. Alright everyone, gather round. I'm thrilled to see so many of you eager to take control of your financial destiny. You hold the key to unlocking a world of possibilities, and I'm here to guide you on that journey. Let's dive into Chapter 1, The Illusion of Security, Why a Job Isn't Enough. For generations, we've been told a story, a comforting narrative. Go to school, get good grades, find a stable job, and you'll be set for life. Sounds familiar, right? This story paints a picture of security, promises a comfortable retirement, and whispers sweet nothings of financial peace. But here's the truth, friends. That story is becoming a fairy tale. It's an illusion of security, not the real deal. Why? Because relying solely on a job puts your financial future entirely in someone else's hands. Your employer controls your income, your raises, and, ultimately, your destiny. They decide your value, not you. Think about it. One layoff, one company downturn, one change in management, and suddenly, that secure job vanishes. Imagine a skilled carpenter named John. He dedicated 20 years to a construction company, becoming their top craftsman. He believed in the illusion of security. He saw his stable job as the foundation of his financial future, paying bills, and maybe even funding a decent retirement. But then, the housing market dipped, the company downsized, and John, despite his loyalty and skills, found himself unemployed. The security he thought he had, it crumbled. This isn't about blaming companies or saying jobs are bad. Jobs are important. They provide income, experience, and valuable skills. However, placing all your eggs in the job basket is a risky strategy. It's like sailing a ship with only one sail. You're vulnerable to every gust of wind. A single source of income makes you vulnerable. What happens if you get sick? What if the cost of living rises faster than your salary can keep up? What if you dream of something more? Something bigger than a paycheck? The point is that true financial security comes from building multiple sources of income and taking control of your financial life. It starts with understanding that a job, while helpful, is just a piece of the puzzle, not the entire masterpiece. We need to start challenging these old beliefs and empowering ourselves with new knowledge and skills. In the chapters ahead, we will explore how to create multiple income streams, generate passive income, and develop a mindset of abundance. A mindset that is more secure than any job description. The journey to financial freedom starts here by recognizing the limitations of the job security myth. Let's break free from that illusion and build a future where you're in control, not your paycheck. Alright friends, gather round, let's bust some myths, shall we? Myths about money. We've all been fed them since we were knee-high to a grasshopper. They sound innocent enough, even wise, but they're actually holding you back from achieving financial freedom. Chapter 2. Money myths we were sold. Unlearning the lies. Think of your mind as fertile ground. Right now, it's probably full of weeds, these money myths. For your financial garden to blossom, you need to pull those weeds out by the roots. Let's start weeding. Myth 1. Money doesn't grow on trees. Sounds reasonable, right? It implies money is scarce, and you have to work really hard to get it. The truth? Money does grow. It's called investing. Think of a tree that bears fruit. Plant the seed, your money, nurture it, make smart investments, and watch it grow, yielding more fruit returns over time. Doesn't mean you sit around waiting for a windfall, but it does mean money can work for you, not just the other way around. Myth 2. Save every penny. While saving is important, obsessively pinching pennies can be counterproductive. Imagine someone collecting firewood, but never using any to warm their home. What's the point? Saving should be strategic, saving to invest, saving for an opportunity, saving to start a business. These are good savings. Hoarding just for the sake of hoarding. That's a weed blocking the sun. Myth 3. Debt is always bad. Tell that to someone who took out a loan to start a successful business. Debt, like fire, can be destructive if uncontrolled, but incredibly useful when managed properly. There's good debt and bad debt. Bad debt is high-interest credit card debt used to buy things you don't need. Good debt is a loan used to acquire an asset that generates income, like a rental property or a business. Learn to distinguish between the two. Myth 4. A good education guarantees success. While a good education opens doors, it guarantees nothing financially. Many brilliant people struggle financially, while others with less formal education become wealthy. Why? Because financial literacy isn't always taught in schools. Education is important, but it's not the only ingredient for financial success. Skills, mindset, and a willingness to learn about money are equally crucial. Myth 5. Investing is risky and complicated. Yes, investing has risks, but so does crossing the road. You learn how to look both ways, right? The same applies to investing. Learning the basics, starting small, and seeking advice from trusted sources can significantly reduce the perceived risk. Ignoring investing altogether is a far greater risk in the long run. A small plant kept under observation grows slowly and steadily. Don't let these old sayings dictate your financial future. Question them. Analyze them. Replace them with empowering beliefs that will propel you towards financial freedom. Start weeding your mind today and get ready to reap the rewards. Chapter 3. The rich think differently. Shifting your mindset. Hey friend, it's good to be back with you. Let's talk about something super important. Your mindset. You see, becoming financially secure isn't just about finding the right job or getting lucky. It starts with how you think. Folks who become wealthy often see the world differently than those who constantly struggle. Think of it like this. Two farmers working side by side. One constantly worries about the weather, complaining about the drought or the bugs, and expects the worst. The other farmer acknowledges the challenges but focuses on solutions. He invests in irrigation, experiments with new crops, and sees every problem as a learning opportunity. Who do you think will have a more successful harvest? The key difference is abundance versus scarcity. People stuck in a scarcity mindset believe there's only a limited amount of resources, and everyone is fighting over the same piece of pie. They think things like, I can't afford that, there's not enough for everyone, or that's too risky. This limits their creativity and prevents them from taking calculated risks. The wealthy, on the other hand, tend to operate from an abundance mindset. They believe there are endless opportunities and resources available. They understand that money isn't a finite puzzle, and the more you solve it, the better off you are. They see problems as chances to create value and constantly look for ways to improve and grow. Let me give you a simple illustration. Imagine two friends, Alex and Ben, both wanting to buy a comfortable house. Alex thinks, houses are so expensive, I'll never be able to afford one in this market. Ben thinks, how can I afford a house? What skills do I need to learn? What investments can I make? Alex is paralyzed by the perceived lack of opportunity. Ben is empowered to find creative solutions. Another key difference is long-term versus short-term thinking. People struggling financially often focus on immediate gratification. They might spend money on the latest gadgets or impulse buys, neglecting their future financial security. Wealthy individuals prioritize building wealth and investing for the long term, even if it means delaying gratification. They understand the power of compound interest and the importance of planning for retirement. They invest in assets that will appreciate in value over time, like businesses, real estate, or the stock market. Shifting your mindset is a process, not an overnight transformation. Start by becoming aware of your own thoughts and beliefs about money. Challenge any limiting beliefs you might have, and replace them with empowering ones. Practice gratitude for what you already have, while focusing on your goals and the endless opportunities that await you. Remember, your thoughts create your reality. See the world through the window of abundance, and you will start creating wealth. Chapter 4. Understanding Assets versus Liabilities. Where does your money go? Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears, and let's talk about where your hard-earned cash is really going. It's a simple concept, yet it holds the key to financial freedom, understanding the difference between assets and liabilities. Think of it this way, an asset is like a loyal little worker. It wakes up every morning and diligently puts money into your pocket. A liability, on the other hand, is a lazy freeloader. It constantly reaches into your pocket and takes money out. Still confused? Let's break it down with some examples. Imagine two friends, Amit and Priya. Both recently got a similar salary increase. Amit decides to buy a brand new shiny car. It looks great, impresses his friends, and makes him feel good. But hold on, that car requires monthly payments, insurance, gas, and regular maintenance. All those expenses are steadily draining his bank account. That car is a liability. It's taking money out of his pocket. Priya, instead, invests her extra money in a rental property. She finds a small apartment that needs a little fixing up. After some elbow grease, she rents it out. Every month, after paying for the mortgage, property taxes, and any maintenance, she has money coming in from the rent. That rental property is an asset. It pushes money into her pocket. Notice the difference. Amit feels richer temporarily, but he's actually getting poorer because of the monthly expenses. Priya sacrifices instant gratification for long-term gain, building a source of passive income that will steadily contribute to her wealth. Another example, a huge, fancy house. Seems like an asset, right? Maybe not. If the mortgage payments, property taxes, insurance, and upkeep costs are draining a large chunk of your income, it's likely a liability. On the other hand, a smaller, more manageable house that you rent a portion of to a roommate, generating income, could become an asset. So what are common assets? These include stocks that pay dividends, bonds that generate interest, rental properties that provide cash flow, and even a side business that puts extra money into your account consistently. Liabilities? High-interest credit card debt, excessive car loans, personal loans, and anything else where you're constantly paying out more than you're receiving. The simple secret to building wealth is this. Focus on acquiring assets that generate income, and minimize your liabilities, meaning cutting down on expenses that are only draining your resources. Avoid thinking and acting rich, but instead get rich over time. Before you buy anything, ask yourself, is this going to put money in my pocket, or take money out? That one simple question can dramatically shift your financial destiny. Start small, Be consistent, and watch your assets grow. Your future self will thank you. Okay, get ready to unlock the secrets to financial freedom. Chapter 5. The Power of Financial Literacy. Learning the Language of Money. Friends, imagine trying to build a house without knowing what a hammer, nails, or even a blueprint are. Sounds ridiculous, right? Well, managing your money without financial literacy is just as absurd. It's like trying to navigate a foreign country without understanding the language. You'll get lost, make mistakes you'll regret, and probably end up spending more than you need to. Financial literacy is simply understanding how money works. It's not about becoming a Wall Street guru or memorizing complex equations. It's about knowing the basic terms and concepts that allow you to understand what's happening with your income, spending, savings, and investments. It's the foundation upon which you build a secure financial future. Think of it this way. Money speaks a language. Words like interest, assets, liabilities, investment, and budget are all part of this language. If you don't understand them, you're hearing noise, not a conversation. And when you don't understand the conversation, you have no control. Let's demystify some key terms. Budget. This is simply a plan for your money. It shows where your money comes from, income, and where it goes, expenses. A good budget helps you track your spending and make conscious choices about where your money goes. Interest. This is the cost of borrowing money when you take out a loan, or the reward for lending money when you put money in a savings account. Understanding interest rates is crucial for making smart decisions about credit cards, loans, and investments. Assets. These are things you own that put money in your pocket. Examples include a rental property that generates income, stocks that pay dividends, or a business that creates profit. Liabilities. These are things you owe that take money out of your pocket. Examples include credit card debt, a car loan, or a mortgage on your primary residence. Learning this language doesn't have to be intimidating. Start small. Read articles online, listen to podcasts, or take a free online course. The key is to commit to continuous learning. Let's illustrate with a simple example. Imagine two friends, John and Peter. Both earn roughly the same salary. John spends every penny he earns, buying the latest gadgets and eating out frequently. Peter, on the other hand, takes the time to understand budgeting. He tracks his spending, identifies areas where he can cut back, and starts putting a small amount of money into a high-yield savings account. After a year, John is living paycheck to paycheck, burdened by consumer debt. Peter, even though he started small, has a growing savings and a much better understanding of his finances. He feels more in control and less stressed about money. The difference? Peter invested in his financial education. Remember, financial literacy isn't about getting rich quick. It's about gaining control, making informed decisions, and building a solid foundation for long-term financial security. Start learning the language of money today, and you'll be amazed at the opportunities that open up. Alright folks, gather round. You've worked hard, you're learning, and you're hungry for a better financial future. But there's one topic that often holds people back, fills them with dread, and can sneakily erode their dreams. Debt. Now, before you start picturing scary monsters, let's be clear. Debt isn't inherently evil, it's a tool. Like a hammer, it can build a house or smash your fingers. It all depends on how you use it. This chapter is all about understanding the difference between good debt and bad debt, and how to wield it effectively. Think of debt in two categories: debt that works for you, and debt that works against you. Bad debt, the dream thief. This is the debt that sucks your energy and your money. It's the kind that finances things that lose value quickly. Think of that fancy new car that depreciates the moment you drive it off the lot. Or the credit card debt from that impulsive shopping spree, accruing interest faster than you can pay it off. That's bad debt. Example, consider Ben. He loved the newest gadgets and the latest designer clothes. He charged it all to his credit cards, reasoning, quote, "I deserve it after working hard." Soon, the high-interest payments became overwhelming. He was stuck in a cycle of just making minimum payments, barely denting the principal, and his dream of owning a home faded further away. This is the power of bad debt stealing happiness. Bad debt keeps you trapped, it constrains your choices, and delays your financial freedom. Good debt, the growth tool. This is debt that allows you to acquire assets that increase in value or generate income. It's an investment in your future. A mortgage on a rental property might be considered good debt. If the rental income covers the mortgage payments and provides extra income. And this income will increase every year. This will make you comfortable even if you stop working. Example. Instead of gadgets, Ben bought a small apartment that gave returns in form of monthly rent. He used that rent amount to pay the EMI of the apartment. He made a wise decision, using the amount to acquire a long-term asset. The key thing is to use debt strategically to advance your goals. The returns should always be greater than the cost of taking debt. Managing debt. Regardless of whether it's good or bad, here are some strategies. 1. Know your numbers. Track your income, expenses, and debts. A clear picture helps you make informed decisions. 2. Prioritize high-interest debt. Target the debt with the highest interest rates first. Even small extra payments can save you a lot over time. 3. Consider debt consolidation. This combines multiple debts into one with a lower interest rate, simplifying payments. Carefully weigh the pros and cons. 4. Live below your means. This provides a surplus that can be used to aggressively pay off debt and create financial opportunities. 5. Don't depend on others for your needs. Try to minimize your needs and fulfill them by yourself. Debt, my friends, is not a monster to be feared, but a tool to be mastered. Choose wisely, use it strategically, and build the future you deserve. Okay, friends, let's unlock the door to Chapter 7, Investing 101. Starting small, thinking big. For many, the word investing conjures images of Wall Street suits and complicated charts. But trust me, that's not the whole picture. Investing is simply making your money work for you. It's planting a financial seed today, so you can harvest a bountiful crop tomorrow. Think of it like this. You wouldn't leave your hard-earned money sitting idle under a mattress, would you? Investing is about putting it to work, allowing it to grow and multiply. The most important lesson here is this. Start early, no matter how small the amount. Time is your biggest asset. Even a humble $25 a month, consistently invested, can grow significantly over the years, thanks to the magic of compounding. Compounding is like a snowball rolling downhill. It picks up more snow, and gets bigger and faster as it goes. It's the interest earned on your initial investment plus the interest earned on that interest. It's money making money. Now you might be asking, where do I even begin? Well, there are many options. Mutual funds and exchange-traded funds (ETFs) are a great starting point. They're like baskets containing many different stocks spreading your risk. Imagine you want a fruit salad. You could buy each fruit individually, or you could buy a pre-mixed fruit salad basket. Mutual funds and ETFs are like the fruit salad basket of the investing world. Your risk is lowered because you are not solely dependent on an individual stock. Another option is investing in stocks of strong, reliable companies. Think about companies you use every day, the brands you love and trust. Do your research, or consult a financial advisor before investing. The key is to not put all your eggs in one basket. Diversify your investments across different industries and asset classes. Remember our friend. Let's call him David. David started investing just $50 a month into a low-cost index fund when he was 25. He didn't know much about finance, but he knew he needed to start somewhere. He automated his monthly investment so he didn't even have to think about it. Over time, as his income grew, he increased his monthly investment. By the time David retired, his modest $50 monthly investment had grown into a substantial sum, a down payment on his dream retirement. Don't be intimidated by the jargon or the perceived complexity of the market. Start small, learn as you go, and stay consistent. Every dollar invested is a step towards your financial freedom. This entire process can be easily manageable if you start investing early in your life. The beginning may seem intimidating, but the journey will be worth it. Think big picture, and your small investments can create wealth soon. Alright everyone, settle in. You're here because you want more. You want to unlock the abundance the world has to offer. And trust me, it's there. Today, we're diving into a crucial skill. Seeing the opportunities that are right under our noses. Opportunities that most people completely miss. Chapter 8. Opportunity. Hiding in plain sight. Seeing what others miss. Think of the world as a giant garden overflowing with potential. Most people walk through it, heads down, focused only on the well-trodden paths. They're looking for the obvious, the readily advertised, the get-rich-quick schemes. They miss the tiny sprouts, the unique blooms, the fertile hidden corners, where real wealth thrives. Why? Because they haven't trained their eyes to see differently. Let's talk about Alex. Alex worked as a delivery driver for a local bakery. Every day, he saw how much leftover bread the bakery threw away. Most people would just shrug and think, that's waste. But Alex saw an opportunity. He started talking to the bakery owner. He learned that the discarded bread was perfectly good, just not fresh enough to sell as loaves. Alex suggested turning the bread into croutons and breadcrumbs. He offered to do it himself, selling the finished products to local restaurants. The owner agreed. Alex invested a little money in a used food processor and some packaging. Soon he was making a steady income from waste. The bakery was literally throwing away. He saw value where others saw trash. What can we learn from Alex? He did a few key things. He paid attention. He didn't just blindly follow his route. He observed patterns, noticed inefficiencies, and identified a problem, waste, that he could solve. He asked questions. He didn't assume anything. He talked to the bakery owner, learned about why the bread was being discarded, and explored potential solutions. He took action. He didn't just think about the idea. He took concrete steps to turn it into a reality. He invested his time and a small amount of capital. He solved a problem. The bakery owner was glad to get rid of the bread. The restaurants got cheaper croutons and breadcrumbs. Alex benefited from the difference. The truth is, opportunities are rarely shiny and obvious. They often look like problems, inconveniences, or overlooked resources. To see them, you need to cultivate a few key habits. Become a problem solver, focus on identifying problems, and finding creative solutions. Is there something that frustrates you in your daily life? That frustration might be pointing you to an opportunity. Stay curious. Never stop learning and exploring. Read books, listen to podcasts, attend workshops, and talk to people from different backgrounds. The more you know, the more connections you can make. Look for inefficiencies. Are there processes that are slow, clunky, or wasteful? Where are things not working as well as they could? These inefficiencies represent opportunities for improvement and innovation. Think outside the box. Don't be afraid to challenge conventional wisdom. Just because something has always been done a certain way, doesn't mean it's the best way. Trust your gut. Sometimes, an opportunity will feel right, even if you can't fully explain why. Learn to trust your intuition, but always do your due diligence before investing your time or money. Remember, the world is full of opportunities waiting to be discovered. Start paying attention, ask questions, take action, and solve problems. You'll be amazed at what you can find right under your nose. It's time to open your eyes and see the abundance that surrounds you. Get out there and discover it. Alright everyone, settle in. You know me, I'm all about unlocking your potential. We've been working hard, dismantling old beliefs, and understanding the language of money. Now let's talk about something close to my heart, taking control. We're diving into Chapter 9, the entrepreneurial spirit, creating your own fortune. For too long we've been taught to wait for a raise, wait for a promotion, wait for someday. But someday is a fantasy, unless you build it. And often, that means building your own thing. That means embracing the entrepreneurial spirit. Entrepreneurship, the word sounds big, scary, maybe even unattainable. But strip away the jargon and the fancy suits, and what's left? It's simply solving a problem and getting paid for it. Think about it. What frustrates you daily? What solution could you create? Maybe your neighborhood lacks a reliable dog walker. Perhaps you're a whiz at organizing cluttered spaces. Maybe you bake cookies that are so good, people beg for the recipe. These are all seeds of potential businesses. Let's be clear. Starting a business isn't a walk in the park. It demands long hours, unwavering dedication, and a thick skin. There will be setbacks. There will be doubts. There will be days you question everything. That's normal. That's part of the process. But the rewards are freedom. Freedom from the 9-to-5 grind. Freedom to control your time. And, most importantly, freedom to control your financial future. Now, a word of caution. Don't just dive in head first without a plan. That's a recipe for disaster. Before quitting your job, do your homework. Research your target market, understand your competition, and create a solid business plan. Even a simple one-page plan is better than none. What skills do you need to develop? Sales, marketing, accounting. Don't be afraid to learn. Take a course, find a mentor, read books. The more you know, the better equipped you'll be to navigate the challenges ahead. Let's talk about Maria. She was amazing at making handcrafted jewelry. Instead of just giving pieces as gifts, she set up a simple online shop. It started small, just a few sales a month. But she consistently improved her designs, learned about online marketing, and expanded her reach. Now Maria has a thriving business that supplements her income and allows her to explore her creativity on her terms. Maria didn't become an overnight millionaire. But she took a chance, she learned as she went, and she's building something she's passionate about. That's the beauty of the entrepreneurial spirit. It's not about getting rich quickly, it's about building something that aligns with your values, uses your skills, and creates value for others. So I challenge you. What problem can you solve? What passion can you monetize? It's time to unleash your inner entrepreneur and start building your fortune. Stop waiting for someday. Someday is now. Chapter 10. Building passive income streams, making money while you sleep. Friends, how many of you dream of a life where your income isn't directly tied to the hours you work? Imagine waking up and knowing money is coming in even while you were sleeping. That, my friends, is the magic of passive income. Passive income isn't free money. It requires effort and investment up front. Think of it like planting a seed. You put in the initial work, tilling the soil, planting the seed, watering it. But eventually, that seed grows into a plant that yields fruit, giving you value long after the initial work is done. One common passive income stream is rental properties. Let's say a young man named John buys a small apartment building. He puts in the work researching the market, securing financing, and managing the property initially. Over time, the rent he collects from his tenants more than covers his mortgage and property management costs, generating a positive cash flow, passive income. He's not actively working every hour to earn that money. The property is working for him. Another exciting option is online courses. If you have a specific skill or knowledge to share, create an online course. Let's say a lady named Emily is an amazing cook. She creates video tutorials, writes recipes, and puts together a comprehensive cooking course. She puts in the work once to create the course. Then, she uploads it to a platform and markets it. People from all over the world can purchase her course, and she earns money every time someone signs up, even when she's not actively teaching. Royalties are another great way to generate passive income. Consider a musician named Bill. He writes a song and copyrights it. Every time his song is played on the radio, streamed online, or used in a movie, he receives royalties. He did the initial work of writing the song, but he's getting paid repeatedly for it. Don't think you need to be a real estate mogul, a famous chef, or a musician to create passive income. There are many other options. Affiliate marketing. Promote other people's products and earn a commission on each sale. Writing and selling ebooks. Share your knowledge and expertise with the world. Creating digital products, templates, stock photos, or even phone apps. The key is to identify your interests, skills, and resources, and find a passive income stream that aligns with them. Start small, be persistent, and don't be afraid to experiment. Building passive income streams takes time and effort, but the rewards, financial freedom and peace of mind, are well worth it. Start planting those seeds today. Remember, the goal is financial freedom. Alright friend, settle in, and let's talk about something absolutely vital to your financial freedom, the importance of networking. Chapter 11, the importance of networking. Your net worth is your network. I've always said, show me your friends, and I'll show you your future. It might sound harsh, but there's a profound truth buried in that simple phrase. The people you spend your time with, the conversations you have, the influences you allow into your life, they all contribute to the trajectory of your financial journey. Think of it this way. If you're trying to learn how to build a house, are you going to hang around with people who only know how to plant flowers? Probably not. You'd seek out carpenters, architects, builders, experts who can show you the ropes. Building wealth is no different. Far too often we isolate ourselves. We think we have to figure everything out alone. This is a huge mistake. We are social creatures, and our connections are our greatest assets. Your network isn't just about collecting business cards at conferences, though those can be useful. It's about cultivating genuine relationships with people who can offer you guidance, support, and even opportunities that you would never find on your own. Let's break that down. Mentors. These are people who have already walked the path you want to take. They've achieved financial success, and they are willing to share their knowledge and experience. A good mentor can help you avoid costly mistakes, make better decisions, and stay motivated when things get tough. Seek them out. Don't be afraid to ask for advice. Approach them with respect, and acknowledge their valuable time. For example, John wanted to start a small online business. Instead of trying to figure it out alone, he reached out to a successful e-commerce owner and asked for guidance. That mentor helped him avoid several pitfalls and significantly accelerated his growth. Advisors. These are the professionals. Accountants, financial planners, lawyers. These experts can provide you with specialized advice on managing your money, investing wisely, and protecting your assets. Yes, they cost money, but the right advisor can save you far more than you pay them in the long run. Like-minded individuals. These are your peers, people who are also striving for financial freedom. The energy and support you get from being around others who share your goals is invaluable. You can brainstorm ideas, share resources, and keep each other accountable. Join a local investing club, attend online business webinars, or simply connect with people on social media who are passionate about personal finance. Building this network takes time and effort. It's not about what you can get from others, it's about what you can offer as well. Be a valuable source of information, support, and encouragement to the people in your network. Give before you receive. Always remember, a rising tide lifts all boats. Alright friends, let's dive into something vital. Overcoming fear and doubt. It's chapter 12 in our journey to financial freedom, and, truthfully, it's one of the most important. You can have all the knowledge in the world, understand assets and liabilities backwards and forwards, but if fear and doubt are holding you hostage, knowledge is powerless. They are the invisible anchors weighing down your dreams. Think of it like this. Imagine a talented musician, let's call him Paul. Paul has incredible skill. He can play any instrument, write beautiful melodies, and has a natural stage presence. But every time he's about to audition for a big concert, doubt creeps in. Am I good enough? What if I mess up? What if they laugh? He freezes. He self-sabotages. His fear silences his talent. That's exactly what fear and doubt do. They silence your potential. They convince you that you're not ready, not smart enough, not worthy of success. So how do you break free? First, acknowledge the fear. Don't pretend it doesn't exist. Say it out loud. I'm afraid of losing money. Facing the fear is the first step to disarming it. Name it, understand it. Where does it come from? Is it based on past experiences? Maybe a family member told you money doesn't grow on trees, instilling a fear of scarcity. Next, challenge the doubt. Doubt is often built on assumptions, not facts. Question your negative thoughts. If you think, I'm not smart enough to invest, ask yourself, is that really true? Have I even tried? Where can I learn? Often, you'll find the doubt is based on lack of information, or old, unhelpful beliefs. Here's a powerful tool. Focus on small wins. Don't try to conquer Everest on day one. Start small. Read one personal finance article a day. Open a savings account. Invest a small amount in a safe, low-risk option. Every small victory builds confidence and chips away at the fear. Remember Paul, our musician. He could start by playing for a small local cafe. Each performance would build his confidence, making the big concert seem less daunting. Another crucial point. Learn from failure. Failure is inevitable. It's not the opposite of success, it's a stepping stone to it. Instead of seeing failure as proof you're not good enough, see it as feedback. What did you learn? How can you do better next time? Each mistake gets you closer to your goal. Finally, surround yourself with a supportive community. This is huge. Fear and doubt thrive in isolation. Find people who believe in your potential, who will encourage you when you feel like giving up. Mentors, friends, or even online communities can provide the support and inspiration you need to stay on track. Overcoming fear and doubt isn't a one-time fix. It's a constant process. But with awareness, action, and a supportive community, you can break free from their grip and unlock your full financial potential. Remember, the only limits that exist are the ones you place on yourself. Alright everyone, let's talk about something crucial. You've worked hard to build something, to achieve financial freedom. Now, we need to protect it. Think of it like building a magnificent castle. You don't just build the walls, you need a strong gate, arches on the towers, and a way to keep the water out. That's what this chapter is about. Protecting your wealth, insurance, taxes, and legal structures. These aren't exciting topics, I know, but ignoring them is like leaving the castle gate wide open. First, insurance, your financial shield. Life throws curveballs. Fire, accidents, health issues. They can wipe out everything you've worked for. Insurance is your shield against these unexpected blows. There are different types of insurance like health insurance, protecting you from medical bills, and property insurance for your house. Imagine our friend Alan spent years building his small food truck business. He thought insurance was an unnecessary expense. Then, a kitchen fire broke out. Without insurance, Alan lost everything: the truck, the equipment, and the dream. Insurance isn't about being pessimistic, it's about being prepared. Next, taxes, paying your fair share, strategically. Taxes are a reality. But paying more than you have to is throwing money away. Tax planning isn't about cheating the system. It's about understanding the rules and playing the game smartly. A very basic example. Contributing to a retirement account can often reduce your taxable income. Think of it as a legal way to lower your tax bill while securing your future. Get advice from a qualified tax professional. They will guide you. Finally, legal structures, building a fortress. The way you structure your business or hold your assets can have a huge impact on your liability and taxes. For example, if you are doing small business, consider forming an limited company. This separates your personal assets from your business liabilities. If something goes wrong in your business, your personal savings and home are protected. Choose what legal structure is most appropriate for your situation. Protecting your wealth isn't just for the rich. It's for anyone who wants to secure their financial future. Insurance protects against unexpected events. Smart tax planning minimizes your tax burden. And the right legal structure shields your assets. Don't wait until it's too late. Start reviewing your insurance, understand your tax obligations, and explore appropriate legal structures. You owe it to yourself and your future. Remember, building wealth is not the just main step, but also protecting it. Chapter 14. Giving back, the true meaning of wealth. Friends, we've talked about building wealth, understanding money, and breaking free from financial traps. But accumulating riches is only half the story. The real story, the truly satisfying part, is what you do with that wealth. True wealth isn't just the number in your bank account. It's the positive difference you make in the world. Think about it. What good is having a mountain of gold if you're surrounded by suffering? A life dedicated solely to accumulating more and more, without sharing, leaves you feeling empty. It's like having a feast alone with no one to share it with. Where is the fun in that? Giving back doesn't have to be about writing massive checks, although that's wonderful if you can. It's about using your resources, your time, your skills, your money, to uplift others, and contribute to something bigger than yourself. Maybe you volunteer at a local soup kitchen. Perhaps you mentor a young person struggling to find their way. You might donate to a charity supporting causes you believe in. Or even start your own small project to help a specific community. Let's say John always had an eye for computers. Instead of just using his skills to earn a good living, he started teaching free coding classes at the community center. He saw kids who couldn't afford expensive programs catching on to the concepts quickly, their faces lighting up with understanding. That feeling of giving back was more rewarding than any paycheck. Now, there is Amanda. She is good at making beautiful handmade jewelry. She sells her jewelry on Etsy, and donates 10% of her income to a local animal care. The act of giving shifts your focus outward. It forces you to consider the needs of others and appreciate your own blessings. It combats the isolation that can sometimes come with wealth and connects you to humanity on a deeper level. It teaches you humility, and reminds you that you're part of a global community. Furthermore, giving back actually enhances your own well-being. Studies show that people who donate their time or money experience lower stress levels, increased happiness, and a stronger sense of purpose. When you help others, you help yourself. It's a beautiful cycle. So as you build your financial freedom, remember the power of giving. It's not just an act of charity. It's an investment in a better world, and, ultimately, in a richer and more meaningful life for yourself. Ask yourself, what can I do to make a difference? How can I use my resources to brighten someone else's day? The answers might surprise you, and the rewards will be immeasurable. Because true wealth, my friends, is measured not in dollars, but in the difference you make. Chapter 15. The journey never ends, continuing your financial education. The truth is, achieving lasting financial freedom isn't a destination you arrive at. It's a journey you embark on and continue to navigate. Think of it like learning a new language. You don't become fluent overnight. You practice, you make mistakes, you learn new words, and you constantly refine your understanding. Financial education is the exact same. Congratulations. You've taken the first, crucial steps. You've started to understand the fundamentals of assets, liabilities, and the importance of proactive financial decision-making. But the world is constantly changing. New technologies emerge, economic landscapes shift, and investment strategies evolve. What worked yesterday might not work tomorrow. Staying stagnant is not an option. Remember that person who refused to believe in computers? Or the shopkeeper who laughed at online shopping? Don't be them. The world rewards those who adapt and understand the trends. Continuing your financial education isn't just about reading complex financial reports. It's about staying curious, being open to new ideas, and consistently honing your skills. Maybe that means following reputable financial news sources, taking online courses on specific investment strategies, or simply talking to people who are succeeding in areas you want to explore. Here are a few ways to keep that learning fire burning. Read regularly. Subscribe to financial newsletters. Read books on investing, entrepreneurship, and personal finance. Attend seminars and workshops. Seek out opportunities to learn from experts in the field. Look for workshops that are practical and offer actionable advice. Network with financially savvy people. Surround yourself with individuals who are on a similar path and can share their knowledge and experiences. Join online communities or local investment groups. Experiment and learn. Don't be afraid to try new things. Start small, invest a bit, and see what happens. More importantly, analyze your results. What went well, what didn't, and what can you learn? Seek mentorship. Find a mentor who is financially successful and willing to share their wisdom. A mentor can provide guidance, support, and accountability. Remember John? He started a small online store selling handmade items. For first few months he struggled. He knew something was wrong, but wasn't sure what. Instead of giving up, he decided to learn more about digital marketing. He took an online course on social media marketing, and he started to see a change. Within a year, John's small store became a successful business, all because he took the initiative for self-education. In the end, building wealth is about continuous growth. The more you learn, the more opportunities you'll see, and the better equipped you'll be to navigate the challenges that inevitably arise. Embrace the journey, stay curious, and never stop learning. Your financial future depends on it.